What? Why? That was the biggest piece of shit movie I've ever seen in my damn life. Oh my god. Fox, what are you doing to these pieces of greatness? I swear to God, X-Men is the only movie you guys can fall back on. But with this new Fantastic Four movie, you guys wiped your ass with it. Stan Lee's like, oh, here's the comic book I made. You know, last two movies, they did pretty good. Fox executive was like, I'm gonna make up my own stuff. Oh my god, that movie was so goddamn terrible. Number one, there was no character development at all. It was like all four of the main lead roles did not know each other at all. Number two, they've completely changed everything. In the original movies and in the original comic books, they all got their powers, you know, maybe late 20s, maybe mid 20s to early 30s. They get these powers when they're 16, 17 years old, and then they want to fast forward a year later. One of the main crucial reasons why I hated this movie is that why did this movie take about, not even an hour, it took about 64, 68 minutes to explain how the fuck they got their powers. This movie's like about 90 minutes long. It took them an hour from them discovering a alternate universe, which is how they got their powers, which is completely throwing the original idea away. I'm just sitting here the whole time like, okay, you're on fire. Okay, it took them an hour for them to build up to where they got their powers, to where they trained how to use their powers, to where they could fully control their powers. Those three things took an hour out of a 90-minute movie to tell. What the fuck? And Thing, they've completely redesigned Thing. Now, I like the fact that they did try to go, you know, somewhere different. Different can sometimes be good. They want to make, you know, things all made of rocks, and you know, that's how he was transformed. But his rocks look too damn serious. The Thing's body looks like a dog. The dog could shit out Thing, and they just grabbed dog shit and just put it all over somebody and then CG'd it. The Thing looks like Hulk had sex with a volcano and it gave birth to this thing. You know, it took almost the last 10 minutes of the movie for him to say it's clobbering time. Those of you that have seen the other two Fantastic movies, he was saying that shit left and right. And it just sounded like it was forced. Because as I was watching this, I told my wife, saying, if he doesn't say it's clobbering time, I'm going to be mad as hell, because that's one of his best catchphrases, is that it's clobbering time. I'm still watching the movie thinking, okay, is it almost over? Here comes Thing running across the street. It's clobbering time! I'm just like, oh, there it goes. Like it felt like it feels like Fox just threw it in there saying, okay, yeah, he has to say it. Throw it in there somewhere. And of course, besides the Thing, you know, the character development was just completely terrible. I felt like I wasn't getting it. Like, I didn't know who the hell Susan Storm was. And to be honest, from how Johnny Storm, his dad, and Susan were all interacting, I felt like they all, like, Johnny and Susan were both adopted. They had no brother and sister connection at all. Rather, in Rise of the Silver Surfer and in the original movie, they were like, oh, hey, Susan, that bitch. Shut up, Johnny. That was there was no brother and sister interaction between the two. Sorry, I'm spitting on my camera. Just no chemistry between the two at all. I was wondering if they were actually going to have sex in the movie, to be honest with you. But that's besides the point. And of course, Johnny, I felt like it wasn't the same Johnny Storm I read in the comics or saw in the original movie. The original Johnny Storm was, you know, a cocky, arrogant douche. You know, he was a dickhead. You know, always trying to make a joke out of, you know, bad situations and stuff like that. This Johnny, he was none of that. He was a spoiled rich kid that the only reason why he got dragged into that situation and became the Human Torch was because of the fact his dad was going to take his car. That's the most spoiled kid shit I've ever heard in my entire life. And of course, back to Dr. Doom's character. He is not Dr. fucking Doom. He looked like a 40-year-old guy who had nothing else better to do. He was way older than the rest of the cast, which, comics in the movie, and this is another thing. His origin from his powers is a mixture of science and magic because his mother was a gypsy and his dad was a scientist. That was never explained in the movie. It was so horrible. He was pissed about two things. How the fact Earth was getting destroyed, and because he wanted to hit Susan from the back. He wanted to do Susan doggy style. I'm sorry to do this to you, Susan, but you wouldn't give it up to me. Ugh. It's just a crybaby. It's a 40-year-old guy trying to bang a 20-year-old. And he's pissed off at the world because he can't hit it. Get the hell out of my damn face with that Dr. Doom shit. The trailer was better than the damn movie. This movie felt like I was watching a 100-minute long trailer for a movie that never happened. The trailer was better than this. Good God, there was zero build-up towards the final battle. All they did was bring in Dr. Doom because they found him in, you know, oh, after all this time, you survived. Yeah, I'm alive. Ugh. Oh, well, let's bring him back to Earth. That's a smart idea. He's all green and shit. Let's take him back to Earth and experiment on him to see if he's still alive. He comes back. He's pissed off. They kill Johnny, spoiler alert, they kill Johnny and Susie's dad. He goes back in there, he's like, he killed our dad. Let's beat his ass. Yeah, fuck everybody else he killed in the movie. They were more focused on their dad dying than the hundreds of other people that Dr. Doom killed before he went back to the alternate universe. It was their dad dying that caused them, you know, so if their dad didn't die, they would have been like, oh damn, he killed everybody. Stan Lee, I apologize. I am a huge Marvel fan, probably one of the biggest Marvel fans ever. I'm through, guys. Don't see that movie. The biggest piece of shit movie I've ever seen. And you're talking to a guy who loves Marvel. I'm done. I'm done.